Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys had a great celebration of the 4th of July yesterday. So, as you can tell with the title of this video is going to be something different than something I usually do. 2 weeks ago, I reviewed the movie Luca, and at the end of that review, I told you guys that I would have a review for F9 The Fast Saga soon after that. 2 weeks has passed by, and I have not reviewed that movie. The truth is that I've been really busy and I haven't had the time to sit down and review it. And I also watched a bunch of new releases this past weekend. So I decided to make 6 reviews in one video. All of them are going to be very short. This is not going to be a long video at all. And this is not going to be something I'm going to do often. This is going to be a very much once in a blue moon scenario. So this is going to be 6 short reviews in one video. And let's get started right away. So let's start with F9 The Fast Saga. So, F9 The Fast Saga is the 9th film in the Fast and Furious franchise. We focus on Jacob, played by John Cena. He is Dom's younger brother. He is out for revenge for Dom and his team. He partners up with Cypher, who's played by Charlize Theron. She played the villain in the other movies. We basically have 2.5 hours of mayhem and chaos. So, when it comes to the Fast and Furious franchise, I am not the biggest fan of it per se. I do like some of the movies. I think Fast 5 is still the best. So, I wasn't super hyped for this film. I just wanted to go in and turn my brain off and just have a good time. I have to be honest, I thought this movie was really bad. I understand that the past movies in this franchise have always, pushed the boundaries of what's believable and suspending your disbelief, and basically every other movie has just been a turn your brain off type of film and people enjoy that chaos. But to me there's always a line, and in this movie they crossed the line without a doubt. I just thought it was so stupid, and despite the whole action and that being unrealistic, it's just that the story was lame, and I just really wasn't feeling this one. It feels like they're really milking this franchise, and that might be a well-known fact already, but I was surprised with how uncompelling the story was, and just the whole formula is just getting so tiring. If you're a huge fan of this franchise, you might enjoy the film. To be honest, I thought it was really bad. Why is it 2.5 hours? I was bored for a lot of the movie. The action scenes are fine. John Cena is okay. I feel like they should have utilized him more. And overall, it just didn't work for me. So I'm gonna give F9 The Fast Saga a 4 out of 10. The next review is Zola. Zola is a new A24 film, and this film is based off a Twitter thread. Now, in this film, a young woman, she embarks on this wild trip down in Florida. And that's all I'm going to say, because there's definitely more to the story. Now, here's what I will say. This film has a lot of praise. Critics are calling it one of the best films of the year, and so are some of the people that have went to go see it, that at least I know. It has also stated that this film is just incredible. So, here's my honest opinion of this movie. I'm very mixed on it. I actually hated like the first 20 minutes or so. I couldn't stand it. And after the first 20 minutes, there's a certain sequence that took me by surprise. And after that, the movie did get a lot better, and I was entertained for the majority of it. What keeps it from being a fresh movie, in my opinion, is the ending. The ending was way too abrupt. I thought it left a lot to be desired. And overall, it was just a mediocre and forgettable experience. I will say the acting from everyone is very strong. Coleman Domingo, he absolutely steals the show. He is excellent in this movie. I think he's a very talented actor, but I really liked what he did with this character in this film. The soundtrack is really good, and like I said, the majority of it is actually watchable. I think it's because of the performances, but I don't know. It just didn't really work for me as a whole. I just felt like it left a lot to be desired, especially with that ending. So I would say still watch it, because you might love it, like it more than I do, since this film does have a high Rotten Tomato score, and there are people that I know who did in fact love it. So I'm going to give Zola a 5 out of 10. Overrated film, in my opinion. The next review is going to be for the movie The Forever Purge. The Forever Purge is the 5th movie in the Purge franchise. And in this film, you have a bunch of people who think that the purge shouldn't just be a one-day thing. It should be a forever thing. So you have people who are breaking the law and are just creating chaos. I hate this franchise. This franchise is garbage, in my opinion. I hated all of the movies. All of them are stupid. They have the worst plot. They have the dumbest characters, the worst acting, horribly filmed action scenes slash horror scenes. This film is just so bad, dude. How did this movie how this movie was released in theaters is just beyond me. You have a movie like Pixar's Soul, which is only exclusive for Disney Plus, and you have this giant pile of horse crap that's just in theaters for some reason. This is basically everything that's wrong with the franchise times 1,000. If you're a fan of the franchise, I don't even know if you're going to like this movie because in terms of its horror and its action, it's actually pretty tame compared to the other ones. I don't know. In this movie, it has so much social commentary, which isn't a problem, but it's the way they do it in this movie. I mean, the lines of dialogue in this movie are so on the nose, and it's the type of movie that thinks it's really smart when it's not. This film has little to no redeeming qualities. I have to be really honest. So I'm going to give the Forever Purge a 2 out of 10. It's the worst movie I've seen so far this year. I hated it. I thought it was horrible. I saw it in theaters. I don't know why. Anyway. The next review I'm going to be doing is for the movie No Sudden Move. Now, No Sudden Move has an all-star cast and is directed by Steven Soderbergh. Now, in this movie, there's a group of criminals who are brought together under mysterious circumstances. They have this simple objective, right, that they're given. And when they try to achieve it, they realize that something is just clearly not right. So they work together to try to uncover this mystery. And you basically get a 2-hour movie filled with twists and turns, and you're just wondering what's going to happen. Now, I'll say this. This film, like I said, it has a killer cast. You have Don Cheadle, you have Benicio del Toro, Julia Fox, Ray Liotta. You have, who else is in this movie? There's a lot of people in this film. And someone really famous makes a cameo. That's all I'll say for now. But in regards to this movie, I actually had fun with it. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it's one of the best crime dramas in recent memory, but I do think it does have quite a bit to offer. The acting from everyone is very strong. It has pretty good pacing for the most part, and I was surprised with some of the twists and turns. Now, here's what I'll say about this movie. It does start to feel a little bit overlong, especially towards the third act, and I think at a certain point it got a little bit too convoluted. I felt like the screenwriter for this film, he wanted to keep making twists and turns. And at a certain point, it just felt a little bit overstuffed. And I just thought it was a little bit tiring with how smart he wanted to make the movie at the third act. But it doesn't take away how good the movie is. I thought it was pretty solid overall, and I liked it. It is available on HBO Max if you want a good crime drama. So I'm going to give No Sudden Move a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I thought it was good. The next review is going to be for the movie The Tomorrow War. Now, The Tomorrow War is a science fiction alien invasion movie that's on Amazon Prime. It stars Chris Pratt. Now, in this movie, Chris Pratt, he is taken 30 years into the future to go in this alien battle because there are people from 30 years in the future who travel to his time and basically saying that humanity is going to be extinct and they need people to fight with them because it's a war that they're losing. I thought this film was fun overall. In some ways, it reminded me of the movie Edge of Tomorrow, but it's nowhere near as good as that film. In any case, I thought it was entertaining. It definitely is a little bit too long. At a certain point, I thought it was going to end, and then I saw that there was about 40 minutes left for some reason. So yeah, it definitely could have been shorter. But I will say that the aliens in this movie are awesome. They look great and terrifying. I thought the science fiction aspect was really cool. And the action scenes are fun. Chris Pratt is very charismatic. And although his character is not very compelling, I thought he did a really good job with, delivering the charisma and being likable and pretty much carrying the movie. J.K. Simmons is in this movie too. He's not in it for very long. I honestly wish he was in it more because the little screen time he has, he is great in the film. And like I said, there's humor in it that works, and the action scenes are fun. It's an all right movie, though. It's definitely not one of the best science fiction films I've seen, and I understand why it's on Amazon Prime. The quality is okay. Like I said, there's another movie that's similar called Edge of Tomorrow. I think that's miles better, but this is all right. I'm going to give The Tomorrow War a 6 out of 10. A fun alien invasion movie, and it's not a bad way to spend your time if you ever want to watch it on Amazon Prime. The last review in this video is going to be Summer of Soul. Summer of Soul is a documentary that's playing in theaters, and it's on Hulu at the same time. Anyways, this film is a documentary about the Harlem Cultural Festival that happened in 1969. There were a bunch of very talented musicians, and over 300,000 people attended. And this was supposed to be an event in history that was important, but for some reason it's been forgotten for so many years. And in 2021, there's a documentary about it, and this is really impressive. I really like this documentary a lot. I honestly would be shocked if this doesn't get nominated for Best Documentary at the Academy Awards, because this has a lot to offer. Number one, it's very informative, it feels important, and it has so many good vibes about it. You know, the music is just terrific. You had people like Stevie Wonder, Nina Simone, and a whole bunch of other influential musicians at the time. And I just thought that the whole film, the whole documentary, it was really impressive for what it was. I stated in my review of the Sparks Brothers that I didn't think that the documentaries aren't really my favorite. Sometimes they tend to be a little overlong, in my opinion, and I kind of felt that way about this movie. But Summer of Soul overall, it's really good. Not only is the music great, but how they dissect every performance, and you have all this great commentary from famous people. It was really impressive. So I'm going to give Summer of Soul an 8 out of 10. I like this movie a lot, and it's definitely one of the better documentaries I've seen in recent memory. Okay, that's my video of the 6 reviews I just did. I know they're all very quick, but I'd rather have done this than not review any of these movies. And besides, there's a review I want to do in a couple of days, and there's a Black Widow review, and then another review after that. So there's no way I was going to do 6 individual reviews without having to delay those by God knows how long. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I do appreciate it. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and you can share it if you want as well. I'll see you guys really soon, and thank you guys again. Take care. Have a good one.